Welcome back to the channel. Dane Scott from Dane Scott's Truckers Lounge. In this episode number 4 of restoring, actually we refurbish here at the Truckers Lounge because that's what we want. We want these old trucks to be wearing their work clothes. We want them to look like they're supposed to look, but kind of spiffed up and kind of fixed up. So that's what we do here. But anyways, in this episode 4, we're going to move on to some exhaust work and some engine cleaning work, some work in the dash there, all kinds of little jobs, working forward to June 6th of this year, 2026, for the 4th annual, 4 is the number today, 4th annual GMC Jamboree Truck Show, which look right here. There's the flyer. And you'll see that it's all trucks pre-1990, right here in town, Conneaut, Ohio, out at the interchange at Truck World. So listen, stick around town. Okay, welcome back. Before we get started here, I want to give an extra shout out to my channel sponsors, 4 States Trucks, Grand Rock Exhaust Solutions, and Lake City Paint, otherwise known as warehouse9000.com online. You can get all their products through Amazon and 4 States, of course, at all of your major parts suppliers, and Grand Rock is the same thing. So what we're going to look at is kind of a continuation of the last episode 3, where I was putting on new, nice handles here because the old ones were rusted out. Well, we wanted these to look like the rest of the truck. We didn't want them to look like brand new sticking out. So go back and watch the video, how we did all that. And then if you look in that video, you'll see last time around that this was white in color, this was white, and this was just plain aluminum. So what I wanted to do was, and again, we go for the work clothes look, making it look like it's supposed to, like you would expect it to look. Don't want it to look shiny brand new, because that's not the point. So what we did here is we used some more of the paint that Lake City Paint mixed up for me, the flat, ugly yellow, weathered, so to speak, and I just put a light coat on here, and then I took some of it back off of the rust that was already there, and you can see back behind that vent it was already peeling naturally. You know, that's what's called wearing its work clothes. So then we moved over here. This was white, and I did have another one and I wanted to change it out, but then I thought the other one's got a couple holes in it, so I kept this one. Same principle, lightly paint it, and then with a lacquer thinner or mineral spirits or whatever you need to use, take it back off and then enhance some of the rust that's on there. And a special thank you to Billy Parker, because Billy Parker sent me that nice new V8, and I couldn't really try to damage that because it's a nice piece, and he had several of these made years ago. And so I didn't want to mess with that too much. So we put the V8 on there because it is a V8. It is a 318 8V71 natural. And then I did basically kind of the same thing here, but it needed to be solid because it was just bare metal before. So I kind of want that to fade in. That doesn't look quite as good as what that does. And I still may do something with that, but at least now all 3 of those pieces look right. At least in my opinion. So after that, I moved, let's move up into the cab and look at a little work that we did in there before we get to the exhaust. You're going to love what's going on with the exhaust and the engine and the frame. It's starting to look really cool. Okay, trying to find where there might be power in the dash still, kind of as a starting point. This, we know, turns on the electric windshield washer, which is so cool, or windshield wiper, I should say. So we know we got power there. Now I want to check, see if I got power coming to the marker. So I'm going to take that out. What I'll do is I will leave the marker information right on it so I know that's what that is. Okay, so let's see if we got anything coming in to the marker. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but see that wire? These things got hot and melted the outside right off, and that's not from a mouse. That got hot and melted it. See right there? There's the black heat part. So this got hot and got crossed. So if you guys watch, this meter's working too, because when I turn the windshield wiper on, that moves. See it? See it jump? See, that's where it's grabbing power off of there. Yeah. Okay, so that's where the power is coming for the windshield wiper off of the amps. I don't know what's feeding the amps, but we'll figure that out yet. Let's see if we got any power at all. Well, let's see what we got here. See if we got any power here. Nope. Alright, no power from that. That plugs into the back of, I believe, yes, the right side pod, which would more than likely, see, right there is where those plug in. Well, we're not going to be using that, but let's just see if there's any power in that thing anywhere. Nothing. Of course, everything's all gummed up, but you would think I could get something. No power there either. It might be too that the ignition needs to be turned on as well, which is under the cab. I might have to check that. Yeah, I may have to lift the cab and see, there was an ignition switch that went right here that had the key. I don't have the key, but I may be able to short that somehow without starting the engine. We'll figure that out. But that might be why there's not as much power in here in the places that it should be. I mean, there should be some power coming out of that, which plugs into the main, one of the main gauge panels, and this one plugs into the other one. There should be some kind of power in those, so it might have to do with the ignition. And we've started on getting this old air cleaner assembly, if you want to call it that, out, the old exhaust. And we're going to be doing a lot of work in there. thing was nasty. So we'll have a new one made from my fabricator. But for the time being, that gets me in there to get a lot more cleaning, wire brushing and such done. We're getting there, getting all the crud and crap off of this old CRACKERBOX 318. I got a long ways to go yet, but it's looking a ton better. Look at all that filth that's coming off. Look at down here, because at one time this was burning a lot of oil before the rebuild. So getting all that cleaned off of there, and then we'll get our new exhaust up and running. Okay, so I was able to loosen this band clamp. That this pipe has a flange that goes to the exhaust manifold. I was able to loosen that and swivel this up, and as it swivels up, it swivels out, which is just perfect. So this is where we got it to line up, which I have to have another band clamp made like these, only the wide ones that are up top. So I got to have one more of those made, but it's okay because I want it to be able to swing out anyways. When I put the flex pipe on, that clamp up there, I'll loosen that, have Mr. Wizard give me a second hand, and we'll slide that out and then put in the piece of flex. So between here and here, this will be 4-inch flex. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the air cleaner hookup. If we have a big problem here, I may go with something on the stack supports themselves. Maybe that'll feed into something back there, maybe a FAR cleaner or something. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But if I do have to have an empty spot here, I still will put an air cleaner here for looks, because I don't want, I don't want this big gap here, and it'll look good with the air cleaner there. We'll see. We probably can finagle how to do this, because it was on here before, and I can always move this up if I have to. So I've got room to move this up if I need. So we'll just see. But there's where we're at today. I've got the engine pretty well scraped to where I want it, so that I can get it painted. And you can see I wanted to get the frame painted, scraped and painted where the exhaust is going to be, so I don't have to worry about getting behind there. So that's why that's already done in satin black, and I'm working on that. And like I say, the engine's about ready to get its paint and touch up. So yeah, we're moving along good. I think 5 inches is going to look good. Oh, also, we're going to go higher. It just doesn't look right that short. I'll probably go, that right there is 18 inches, so I'll probably double it. I'll probably do a 3-foot stack on there, and that'll put it just above the air cleaner. Well, we're getting a start on it. Like I said, all this was scraped, wire brushed, wiped down as best as can be possible around everything. And I've gotten started with the painting. So that's how it's done. And anywhere you can't get with the spray, you can get with a brush. So you just go to your local paint store and have them match the Alpine green. And the color that I use is this Duplicolor. I think it's called, I do think it's called Alpine green. Trying to find on here, but it's got the cap, so that's what you go by. And I order it right off of Amazon, usually like a couple cans at a time. So that's what I use. So just spray something with that and take it to your local paint store and have them mix up some enamel to match it, and bada bing, bada boom. Detroit Diesel, baby. Okay, I had to take this off down to be able to put it on to this, and then put it back up, put the clamps on. So I've got 2 clamps to put on here, and then this side will be complete. Okay, so I just realized that, you know, I had to put a sleeve in here for this to mate up to here, because these are both 4-inch OD, so I had to put a sleeve in, and I was going to clamp it, but these clamps aren't going to work. I'm going to have to get a straight or a flat clamp on both of those. So I says to myself, what stack you want to put on this old cracker box? Well, of course, we want to put some Grand Rock pop stacks on. Look at their packaging is even nice. Nicer than most. So let's see what we got here. What kind of turnout? Or miter? Or Aussie stack? What kind of top stack are we going to put on the old cracker box, huh? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I'm thinking old school, typical old school. Nice. Oh yeah, we got to have turnouts. Old school is turnouts to me. Unless it's a Peterbilt, then it's like miter stacks. It has to be. Look at that, beautiful chrome. And by the way, did you guys know that Grand Rock has their own chrome company now? They are chroming all of their materials instead of sending it out. Well, no more. And you know where you can get Grand Rock's beautiful products? At 4 states. Chrome Shop Mafia, Joplin, Missouri. They carry a complete line of Grand Rock products. So all that's left to do now is put a nice coat of wax on that, and yes, we wax exhaust chrome. Puts a nice protective layer on it so it lasts a long time. I think that's the look that I definitely was looking for. 3 inches, 36-inch stacks on top. Okay, gals and guys, I think that's going to be a wrap. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know, most of you guys aren't even subscribed. It's really easy. All you do is gotta hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know when I post. And don't forget to check out my other channels, Dane Scott's Caddy Shack, which is about Cadillacs, and Dane Scott's Mustang World. So I think until next time, I think you guys need to keep the hammer down, safe and sound.